Hello, everyone. Picking up someone, no matter the distance. Yes, this is what I once did when I was doing rideshare. Now, in the beginning, I was kind of cautious because I would see on the app where I have the distance, and I would be like, "Do I want to really drive that far?" But I thought about it, and I said to myself, "You know what? You got in this game. You got in this game to help out your fellow man or your fellow woman." And I got to it. Now, there were a lot of benefits. One of the benefits was, of course, getting the person to where they need to go. Then, two, the pay. The pay was always lovely, lovely. Anyone that's currently doing rideshare or pondering about getting into rideshare, the farther you go in distance, the more the price point is going to be. That's a fact. In most cases, it's an added bonus when it's like during rush hour and when you have an event going on in the city, i.e., a concert, professional football game, hockey game, uh, country singer coming to town, a hip hop artist, R&B singer, a jazz singer. But then you always during holidays, it's picking up someone no matter the distance. It's just for me, it was cool. It allowed me to play what I was playing in reference to music because I'll admit some music that I listen to. Not saying that my client wouldn't like what I'm playing, but I just wasn't one to take those risks. So I would play whatever I was playing. It usually had a lot of cussing in it, and no matter if I was listening to jazz, R&B, even some country, some hip hop. But once I got to my client, I would say, "Hey, Fred," after saying, "How you doing? Hey, is there anything you'd like to listen to?" Now, in some instances, Fred would say, "Hey, knock yourself out. It don't matter." But this is just where common sense comes in, especially knowing how a lot of ride share apps work, where the client can just write a comment and you can get knocked off of the application, and you know they really don't care about the context of the situation. So I never did that. I would just usually cut on sports. Most folks like sports. Some people like sports. Um, Even a lot of women like sports too. Now, a lot of them were Cowboys fans, which made it easy because I was in the DFW, so I could easily talk about the Dallas Cowboys and what they were doing and how they can better their team. And I'm not a fan of the Cowboys, but when I was doing rideshare and I came across a Dallas Cowboys fan, it was easy to talk about them because my team is in the division, go Birds, and even though I'm a fan, I respect good organizations. And I think, the Cowboys can be better if they make a few modifications. But again, when you pick up someone no matter the distance, it allows you time to just continue to be in your own element, because it's different when a client gets in the car. Some clients want to talk, some clients want to vent, some clients are actually getting yelled at by someone on the phone. I've had a few of those experiences. Sometimes it's their mate, sometimes it's a family member, um, and sometimes they go to sleep. And of course, when they go to sleep, that the distance really don't matter when they go to sleep because it just feels as though it's you in the car. You can swerve in and out of lanes respectfully in a proper way. Excuse me, to where it doesn't wake them up and make them think differently about you. Um, there was nothing like when I was doing ride sharing. I would pick someone up from downtown Dallas in any direction. I had to drive them for the most part. It was a long distance. I remember specifically I picked up a family from downtown Dallas. The Mavericks were playing, so I picked them up, and I had to drive them all the way out to Forney, and it was deep, 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 a deep drive because, of course, traffic, the time of the night, the time the game was over. Adding to that was I had already been doing the rideshare app for almost close to 12 hours, so I knew that my time of driving was coming to a conclusion. So in fact, on that night, I played on some jazz. It was a full family. It was a husband and wife, had this couple kids. I remember asking them, what would they like to hear? They're like, it don't matter, just get us home safe. And of course, you can't really go wrong with playing jazz. I mean, parents like jazz, some kids like jazz, and most of all, it has no cussing language. It's just soothing. It's relaxing. So as we were talking about the game, I was driving in the 40, and sure enough, once I got them back home safely, they thanked me, um, compensated me, and I was knocked off of the app. The thing is this: that was the only not really downside, but when you're far away from home, I was like, man, I got ways to go. But it was cool because I just did what I would normally do: turned on some good music, rolled the window down, and started flying. And again, at that junction and at that time and on that day, it wasn't really too many individuals on the road. So it was just a smooth drive for me. It took me probably about an hour and 15 minutes to get back to Fort Worth, where I was residing at the time. And I was like, man, beautiful night, made a lot of coin. And, so I had no complaints. I just was very grateful. You know, when you pick someone up, no matter the distance, and you drop them off or you pick them up, it allows you to just continue to be grateful that you have a vehicle that's reliable. B, they read your comments, not comments, but they read your ratings, and they felt at ease with you picking them up. 3, they need to go somewhere, because like I always say, everything is all interdependent. So I was just always appreciative of the process, and just doing that process. And that's why when I was doing it, after a while, I would pick a person up no matter where they had to go. I remember one time I picked up an individual around my area. I picked him up like around like 8 in the morning, and on this morning the app wasn't really that busy, so it chirped again, and I ended up picking him back up, which was fortunate, that after I dropped him off, I believe his name was Darius. After I dropped Darius off at that time, I was able to pick up steam. It's almost like an energy thing. Like the more I would drive around, um, the more the app would go off. And I learned that the distance really doesn't matter, because the time of the day is kind of what matters. You know. But again, the distance and the time of the day go hands in hands. Clients always needed to get somewhere, and I was always um, glad to help them, because just imagine, and I can touch on this in another video, what it would be like if we had no rideshare apps. I know, just imagine how it would be if we had no rideshare apps, and I mean none. Think about all the ones that you use or you're thinking about joining. Imagine they all came to an end. Um, in fact, in one of the states, I believe it was in Minnesota, they got rid of one of the rideshares due to the politician. But that's a whole nother video down the road. But yeah, if anyone is thinking about getting into rideshare, if anyone, maybe someone actually driving as a business person or as a contractor, or someone that just has to ride, mainly from the driver's um, vantage point, the distance don't really matter. The traffic matters more. The clowns on the road, i.e., people they don't know how to drive, or Mother Nature. Though Mother Nature isn't a clown, she can be a clown too because she can slow the commute down. I just wanted to bring this to you all today. Like, share, and subscribe, and hey, tell me in the comments what you all think. Has distance ever been an issue for you when you participated on rideshare, or if you was one just calling on the rideshare? How did you feel when they said they were like 30 minutes away or 45 minutes away? Uh, Again, just wanted to bring this to you all. Continue to have a good day, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace.